Hey folks, how you all doing? Just actually been catching up this week, getting stuff done. I figured, just there's a lot going on. It's one of those again 3-con weekends, so we do have Derpycon this weekend. I'm not really going to do Derpycon as a vendor. We're doing it as a table swap, and we're going to be promoting Anime NJ. The other thing too is last week was Nebraskon, and I didn't really give a full report of my thoughts on it and stuff like that. So I figured let me do it now. It is Thursday here, so get it done now in the day. So yeah, the show itself, like I said, it's a good show. The show is well run. The people there are very friendly. They buy quite a bit of stuff. I did take some video. I'm gonna, of course, intersplice it here. Here you go, folks. We're here in Anime Nebraskon, and like we talked about, there's the bleachers up there, all kinds of stuff. People, aisles with their wares and stuff like that. It's a strange kind of venue, again, because it's in the Middle America Center. So, MAC. So it is a kind of like arena more than a convention center. It definitely, so you watch, sports there. So what they do is they put the dealers like on the actual arena floor. And there's the artist there as well, and I believe the guests are also there. So it is pretty well, busy on the arena floor. And I think I spoke about this on my last video, but what's happening now is more and more the cons, the artist alley is just taking up more and more of the space. And we're in Artist Alley now. I think what's happening is that there's a significant difference in price between the Artist Alley and the dealers, so they usually do give to them. People, if they can, they'll go to Artist Alley. They're not supposed to sell merchandise, like resell merchandise, supposed to make their own, or, and they have to follow certain things. They shouldn't really use characters and what of popular shows, but, there's a lot of leeway when it comes to the artist. So it's up to you if you think that's good or bad, but that's what happens. At least they're not like blatant, guys who use imagery from popular shows and make these. There's a few lately in the dealers hall that have these huge setups, and it's very blatant that, the images and the license is not real, but they do sell quite a bit. So, in Nebraska, I think there's not a lot of that. The thing is, too, Crunchyroll actually appears there.
Oh, there was one earlier.
There you go. We'll meet you back.
Because the right stuff, used to be not too far away in Des Moines, and they've converted over to Crunchyroll. They have a booth there, and actually in prior years, Right Stuff was there. This year, because now they're Crunchyroll, they have all Crunchyroll type look, so it's a bit different. The other thing too is because they don't do adult, they no longer have an adult area, and that may have helped Media Blasters, because the truth is that we've kind of been on and off at that show. Some years they have us, some years they don't. I don't know exactly why, but it may be that they didn't think they needed someone who has the adult offerings as much as us. Because of that, they figured that Right Stuff kind of covers that, but now they don't. So we cover that area. Otherwise, they have your usual normal, basically figure guys, Pokemon guys. There is a lot of food there on the arena floor, which is different. The other thing too is that they're, like I think I mentioned it again, their hours are a little bit long. This is starting to be a new thing now. I'm seeing 2 to 8 on even Derpycon this weekend. Those are some crazy hours. I mean, they have 2:30 to 9 was in Nebraska, which honestly, if you're a dealer, I mean, the funny thing is now because I run Anime NJ and I run Nebraska and I've been do shows, I understand. A lot of times these arenas and these places, they don't give you much access to the place on Thursday. But in most of these places now, you pretty much have access to the place all day Thursday. So why do you need all this extra time for setup on Friday? And then on top of that, even if you're giving the extra time on Friday, do you really need to be open till 9? I think a lot of times they do it because they try to program the con to be where people have always somewhere to go or something to do. And going to 9 kind of gives that on a Friday. On Saturday, they even went till 7. Again, not the latest, but kind of late. And then on Sunday, which wasn't the worst, they did till 4. Most places they try to 3, but 4 o'clock, okay, you can still, do it. Because I plan in and do whatever, I wind up where I leave on Monday. I don't really leave from Nebraska or Omaha to where I go, and there's only really LaGuardia. I can't really do Newark, and then if I did Newark, I would have to go through different, do all these connections. Not worth it. So, but they do have a direct flight to LaGuardia, so I do that. But again, I would do this show every year. There's no problem. I love the area. I know people have this idea that somehow in the sticks, farmlands and what. It's not. It's it's a pretty decent sized city. They have plenty of stuff there. All the normal stuff you see in any city, you'll see there. It may not be like New York City, but yes, it definitely has a city, and it has plenty of big buildings, all the kind of things, the Chipotles, every kind of food you would want, everything's there, and you'll be able to catch everything over there. So overall, we did very well there. I would definitely, like I said, do the show again. And I hope they have us back next year. So that's my report. I'm going to do another video to catch up on the Friday thoughts. People said it did cut off, and it did because my camera ran out of space. So you guys, I'll catch you again hopefully tomorrow. I'll give a Friday thoughts before I head to Derpycon. All right? Take care, guys.